Donos emeragith, wanarakora ci drumka sa inchobin sasha, dosimana rachata. Dawacho singu poendo rakawa ichi rendumu para makawana abawasi. You kroren man mapusiti nolara. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. To esrecto natada ber mabarchokto. Torenibu inturata sisi meborokra. In Wamagro, may rangana noruja. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. To esrecto natada ber mabarchokto. Torenibu inturata sisi meborokra. Febko emareyam gawata situ insula rakarakachata. Tamaso kinchuda wanga. Mopi unawana si chokoratawa. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. To esrecto natada ber mabarchokto. Torenibu inturata sisi meborokra. Loka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Du rantamana sobu. Febko emareyam gawata situ insula rakarakachata. Tamaso kinchuda wanga. Mopi unawana si chokoratawa. Dawacho singu poendo rakawa ichi rendumu para makawana abawasi. You kroren man mapusiti nolara. Tonoranga manakan, ipo inshawa. Tonoranga manakan, ipo inshawa. Loka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Du rantamana sobu. In Wamagro, may rangana noruja.
You look like an off-worlder. My name's Galisi. I'm a checkpoint captain at the merchant quarter. If you're here for Juma juice, it's not that good. But at least it's cheap. I don't think Bith have the same sense of taste we do. Long day, as always. Sulio was captain of that checkpoint for years. I never knew why she came here every night until I got her job. We stand at the checkpoints all day long. It gets hot out there and my feet are always killing me. But now I'm in charge and everybody's problems are mine. So I have to deal with all the people begging to get out of the city. Every one of them's got a story. Let me tell you, there are a lot of sad stories out there. She was murdered. I didn't want her job, but I got it now. The same as everyone. People are trying to blame that doctor, Dhagon Ghent. I don't think even Command believe he did it, but someone's got to take the blame. I almost think that investigators aren't really looking. Dhagon's convenient. They don't want to find the real murderer. Sulio was murdered. Maybe even assassinated. I might be a little paranoid. I have a wife and daughter to look after, and I feel like I'm a target now. I'm tempted to just grab my family and take the first shuttle out of here. I really am torn. There are some days where I think I'm a fool to stay. I believe you. How can you know? Never mind that. I think it may be a good idea to turn in my notice. I appreciate the warning.
Nice to meet you, Sentient. Are you interested in a friendly game of Pazak? The deck is warm, the drink is plentiful, and the company amiable. Can I tempt you? Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about? Know him. He's probably my best friend on this planet. Honestly, he's not a very good doctor, but he is a great drinking companion. Never. Dhagon thought very highly of the good captain. I did too. She had a sharp wit, that one. Sad to see her go. I'd much rather talk about something else. Focusing on the negative is no way for a gambler to live.
Pasa sushowi, kana ina doka ches, kapata rondi loso chi rana bip now ji kachi ubanta. Karanta daka, chanama, kononomo suto wima tonabo. Lutanas, antihit budira yun chuba. Tutami siki luta, chuba yubang lara boktara torang.
Tawini malre, una bola quechua wantungatong. Trachi kusa kunta chubatun boraramwa. Mogachi, Norta, Imbrewe Sotamice, Pratanga no me vide tota rochawana chique, Promne brava, Nikate Sosagor, Kavatumpa, Ola Telewe Nikata. Ishunko, Jova, Ninja Chimba, Paxi Tretuju se Juju Pitie, Primtava Nin Soju. We non sacrate, rotota de Jalawara Kunsa Zoto. Chubatone king chuba mi, soko koche, tichike chusu mogotabra, grabe chusai grengi witi hong doga. Kuriko asotoe rinke frite de ducha, or samba sugna kapla wiye tinya, dal chiro runta gamsa.
Pornace ni sopa maranca do risa vota, kohona me, sucha tola bache kamatuch, vortek choka. Doci na modrunta, ragici sa? Jun soba me raka, no kuma randisa machiksa, kucha bak tong kinka mata kata, chopa wanga kun napka yutka kes. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javas kobo sabja, rigisa karve nokso, mochi tosa sagrindeo. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javas kobo sabja, rigisa karve nokso, mochi tosa sagrindeo. Tahupo botenya go jucho picha, when tabani sochu, norotoga proto lala shishi, juvadosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitolo. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javas kobo sabja, rigisa karve nokso, mochi tosa sagrindeo. Sunaranga machochane, dotalutu. Padukren so chiche no, chiwindido, dron titi yoba, morata gomana, kova chokchi, moskali, miki mokba moka. Kavadumpe masuraku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javaskobo sabjo, rijisa karvenokso, mochito sasa grindeyo. Tahupo botenya go yucho picha, wentaba ni sochu, norotoga proto lala shishi, jubadosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitolo. Kavadumpe masuraku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javaskobo sabjo, rijisa karvenokso, mochito sasa grindeyo. Tahupo botenya go yucho picha, wentaba ni sochu, norotoga proto lala shishi, jubadosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitolo.
KotOR manatandi koroto. Mokpituna wana si jinsi wana bosh. Nunchka wana si jo rana bamanga kan. Mokpita wacho si mukchuto. Posa non ci rinta masu kingura wanka. Posong chinsun mi karanga do mai chonga. Tu es recto na tu insula raka raka chan. KotOR manatandi koroto. Mokpituna wana si jinsi wana bosh. KotOR manatandi koroto. Mokpituna wana si jinsi wana bosh. KotOR manatandi koroto. Mokpituna wana si jinsi wana bosh. Aramontok tumugara chokorak. Grun kanwana machi nito rabanaka. Dosimona ra racha. Donachi drum paba nakaras. Posa non ci rinta masu kingura wanka. Posong chinsun mi karanga do mai chonga. Tu es recto na tu insula raka raka chan. Minsukre masukun ratungala. Merontono junsa raka roto. Minsukun rakawata. Poendo rakamana sobu. Minsukre masukun ratungala. Merontono junsa raka roto. Minsukun rakawata. Poendo rakamana sobu. KotOR manatandi koroto. Mokpituna wana si jinsi wana bosh. Nunchka wana si jo rana bamanga kan. Mokpita wacho si mukchuto. Tanto todos tumukarata. Meranga naroto. Dosimana rachata. Minsukre masukun ratungala. Merontono junsa raka roto. Minsukun rakawata. Poendo rakamana sobu. KotOR manatandi koroto. Mokpituna wana si jinsi wana bosh.
I thought it was you. I served in the Mandalorian Wars with you. You're a Jedi, right? There is a great deal of interest in Jedi these days. Your reluctance is understandable. But we did both serve the Republic during the war. I was one of the ground troops. We fought on Daggery Minor together. It was near the beginning of the war. We didn't win that battle. Enough of the past. The whole galaxy isn't safe for Jedi now, especially here. Onderon has suffered through 3 wars started by fallen Jedi. Do you still serve the Republic? That's the first good news I've had in months. I was sent by the Republic Senate to investigate certain delicate matters that are happening on Onderon. It's worse than we feared. I have to get to Coruscant to deliver my report. But days before I was planning to leave, they started requiring starport visas. After the Jedi Civil War, the Republic was weak, and the cost to the Jedi Order was staggering. This entire region is unstable, and the entire Republic government could collapse. If Onderon secedes, other worlds may follow, and that can't be allowed to happen. Trade between our worlds has brought economic prosperity, and people just take it for granted. All worlds are now interconnected. The Senate also smooths over differences, and is a great instrument for peace. If the Republic falls apart, 1,000 little wars born out of petty rivalries will erupt over time. Eventually, the entire galaxy could be thrown into a dark age. I really can't say. The most I will say is stay clear of General Vaklu. His ambition knows no bounds. I believe the people of Iziz are absolutely correct. A civil war is brewing, and Vaklu may very well win if I can't get to Coruscant in time. What do you want to know about that night? Dhagon Ghent didn't do it. Because he was with me at the time. It's quite simple. Right now, he's accused of murder. If he's convicted, the sentence is death. If he's accused of espionage, let's say assisting a Republic spy, then the penalty for that is death. I'm afraid the Onderonians are quite fond of their death penalty. So if I stood up for him, he'd be trading one death sentence for another. I was with Dhagon in his office at the time of the murder. He definitely wasn't involved with the murder. We were taking great pains not to be seen, which has a certain irony to it, really. If you can free him, please do. He's been invaluable with his help to the Republic. I only wish there was something I could do to help him.
Assuming we get Dhagon free, we're going to have a few private words about this. Together, we fought against the Republic during the Mandalorian Wars. I don't particularly like the idea that he's working for them now.
The information I have is vital to the Senate. I hope you can help. Thank you for the tip. The journey to Coruscant would be more costly and attract more attention. But there are many freighters bound for Telos. Thank you, but this is a personal starport visa. It is keyed to you and you alone. I appreciate your gesture, but I need an open starport visa. Those are transferable and work for anyone. My mission requires the most extreme caution and delicacy. I don't want to risk going through channels to get a visa. General Vaklu is not above arranging an accident for me. I'm taking a great risk talking to you, but I'm running out of options. Helping me is not without its risks. I know you have Jedi training, so you can probably handle it. But I may be being watched. If that would compromise your mission, perhaps we should go our separate ways.
There's got to be something you need. Something you want. I have connections, many connections in the city. I can provide high-quality, unique weapons that you won't be able to find elsewhere. I even have a rare lightsaber crystal, something you'd never find elsewhere. If you need money, I'll pay you 5,000 credits. All I ask is get me one open starport visa. Don't worry what I'll do with a visa. Maybe I'll just take a vacation. Maybe I just want to visit my mother on Nar Shaddaa. Decent citizens like you really don't want to know what I'm going to do with it. I am not going to tell you what I'm using it for. Considering what I'm willing to pay or give you, no questions asked seems reasonable. Many Jedi have fought on this world. One of them lost their lightsaber in the Beast Wars. A reliable source says it's a rare Quixoni crystal. Incredibly rare and valuable.
Quixoni crystals are from an earlier age. Some of the first Jedi found them on a planet whose sun was dying. At the time, they were matchless in power. The star went nova millennia ago. They are as rare and as valuable as she suggests.
I see that's grabbed your interest, eh? There's only one way you're going to get it. One open starport visa. No visa, no crystal. Because we'll trade them simultaneously. And if you aren't satisfied with your payment, I'll let you switch it for something else. I don't want to cross a Jedi. It's a small universe. I don't really care about the trouble that's behind you or ahead of you. We have exactly one thing we can talk about. Starport visas. I really can't be any help with that. I might have been in the same detention cell that night that Dhagon's in now. The soldiers were asking me some entertaining questions that night. I've got no idea what was going on. Let's just say I'm one of their usual suspects. Sort of comes with the territory. That's all I'm going to say.
This room is reserved, off-worlder. If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance. I know his face, that's about it. His office is on Bekel's turf. She's a beast rider like me and our leader. You better never be speaking ill of her, or else. You're flaming right, I do. The night she made the great flight, she ripped Dhagon apart. Not literally, but we could hear her laying into him over here. We got a good laugh at it. Dhagon was so mad he was sputtering. Then he stormed off. Best entertainment we had that night. The only good thing about that Sulio is she had a good tongue on her.
Malampro tarawanti casa samcha barda guatasha contia chama umbrata chiwas. Ta cometa che plaia giusting miki gongo beaste. Kun grabi la king no mulara kichi kuta casa kisha. Chone murlera. Tonkinge ba no jansaka nikaraska. Tancha nik mawimbo kranda mi bilal. Gavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Tawancha morichiwa mufalawa ni bobo wish yot kuna sita dorchuni sobawata. Dahupa bo sakurata go jujuto yoki hiata yamba wajiatu yokito tume Kunta chiwita inka kikraya na chawanga kone Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Kawana bota yutatanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata. Kawana bota yutatanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata. Entomesh mi paju. Watamincha yokolondoado nukulabirawa tines un soto.
What do you want? Not really, I just started here. I have to get back to work.
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazak. Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about? She did? Oh no, by the four moons, what a mix-up! They got it all wrong. Dhagon and Sulio were good friends. It's just when they got a little too much Juma juice, they'd carry on. They'd call each other all manner of things. It could get quite hilarious, really. But it was just friendly banter. That night, Sulio was in great form. Dhagon and I were laughing about some of the choicer ones later. Yellow-toothed dung dweller. We bought her a couple of drinks afterwards. It may look strange on the outside, but it was just their habit, their way of passing time during these dark nights. Listen, if the soldiers think that's a motive, they just didn't do enough digging.
That bit of information will help with clearing Dhagon, but the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe some of these people will know more about what happened that night.
I was cleaning up stakes from a particularly rewarding Pazak game when I heard a loud sound outside. I grabbed my blaster and went out the door. When I got out, I saw Captain Sulio. She was quite dead. Blood was everywhere. I heard a noise and saw Dhagon Ghent coming from his office across the courtyard. We both waited for the authorities to get there. The next day, they picked up Dhagon and several other people in the area. It's crazy to think he did it. Sulio was our friend. Just outside the door by the junk heap.
It might be a good idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized and stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something. Nobody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more.
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazak. Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about? That would be Bahima's SOD-2. No, SOD-3. Or is it 2? Whichever one it was, he keeps losing them. I remember when I arrived, it was still smoldering. Who knows? Sometimes the slum dwellers shoot his serving droids for fun. This part of the quarter is getting more and more lawless, I'm afraid. When Dhagon and I were waiting for the soldiers, we had to chase off some scavengers that were stripping SOD-3. No, I'm afraid there was quite a crowd growing. We were seeing if there was any way we could help Sulio. There was nothing we could do, of course. She was dead.
KotOR ranga manatandi koroto. Mokbiglo na wana si Jin si wano bosh. Posong chinsun mika. Sinamarants. Posa non chirinta masukin kura wanka. Posong chinsun mika ranga do may chonga. Tu extracto na tu insula raka raka chat. Insukray masukun ratungala. Meron tono junsa raka roto. Minsukun rakawata. Poendo rakamana sobu. KotOR ranga manatandi koroto. Mokbiglo na wana si Jin si wano bosh.
Tu Nita manta yumar lorda wata no sanasdika. Tawancha morichiwa, mufalawa ni bobo wishyo, kuna sita, dorcho ni sobawata? Da upa, bo sakurata, go jujuto yoke, hiata yamba wajiyake, yukito tune. Honta chiwita inka kikraya na chawanga kone. Tawancha morichiwa, mufalawa ni bobo wishyo, kuna sita, dorcho ni sobawata? Ichawa te krosi wishyo toda si, te krimba chok windindo.
This room is reserved, off-worlder. If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance. That Bith keeps buying droids, and the scavengers keep stealing them or blowing them up. Seems he's finally given up. The waitress is awful, but she's more fun than his droids ever were. I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. I could tell you where you could find the parts, though. That western square has the perfect fence for droid parts. There's a droid vendor called 1B8D. That droid is as dumb as a Gamorrean. He'll buy anything because he's too stupid to do anything else. 1B8D is quite handy. Quite a few of the slum dwellers make a good living salvaging droid parts for him. He might have even bought some.
Greetings, Master. Do you have any interest in my goods? Entity Bahima unknown. I have many serving droid parts. The market rate for those parts would be 25 credits. Thank you for your business.
Kif in the cantina can probably do something with this. We should head back.
Tu nita manta yuma lorda wata no sanazika. Tawancha morichiwa mufalawa ni bobo wishyo kuna sita dorcho ni sobawata. Da upa bo sakurata go jujuto yoke hiata yamba wajiyake yukito tune. Kawana bota yutatanga kinyamadora tayaita ta bosananansata.
Hello there. What is this? Oh my, she's dead.
Kawana bota yutatanga kinyamadora tayaita ta bosananansata.
Good to see you again. Any luck with the visa? Really? I've been looking for one for weeks. Thanks. You've done a tremendous service for the Republic. Now I have to catch the first shuttle out of here. May the Force be with you.
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazak. Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about? If it'll help Dhagon, you got it. There's no way that Dhagon could have done it. I saw him coming from his office. That's the opposite direction of the marketplace. We should go talk to Captain Riken and clear all of this up.
Nico, is it? And the Off-Worlder. What brings the two of you here? That's a bold statement. I assume you have some sort of proof.
It's a long story, so bear with me, Captain. The night of the murder, I was playing Pazak. It was a prosperous night.
That should do it. We still don't know who killed Sulio, but this will greatly assist our investigation.
You have been ordered off this investigation, Captain. I hope you can explain yourself.
I had nothing to do with this, sir. This citizen found information about Captain Sulio's murder. It's material to the investigation.
We've already got our man. Sulio and this Ghent were fighting the night she was murdered. He had ample motive. Have you read the report? Some of the things Sulio called him were vile. Sulio and Dhagon clearly hated each other. You expect me to believe...
It's absolutely true, Major. I was a friend of both of them. They've done this dozens of times. Bahima the bartender can confirm it, as well as half a dozen other people. They were an odd pair, but they certainly didn't hate each other.
I see. But there's still the fact that he was right there at the scene of the crime. The only thing that matters to me is that he was within blaster range when Sulio was killed, and he did not have an alibi. You have a recording? And I'm sure you're just misinterpreting it.
I've seen it myself, Major. Nico isn't the only one that spotted Dhagon coming from his office. It really can't be Dhagon Ghent. The real killer is still loose.
Very well, Captain. Set Ghent free, then. But if later it turns out that he did do it, it's gonna be on your head.
The men will be working on getting Dhagon Ghent out right away. The Major sure isn't happy. You handled that just right, Off-Worlder. Dhagon owes you a great deal. And you too, Nico. The investigation has been handled at the highest levels. I've heard there's been some concern about that. With Dhagon free, I don't know if the investigation team will find another suspect. They haven't been as diligent as other investigators. I'm not gonna say any more. Probably said too much already. If you head over to Dhagon Ghent's office, some men will bring him there shortly. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up. I could tell the justice wasn't being served, but we all have our orders. We really need to patrol that sector better.
Thanks for getting me out of there. As detention cells go, it had definite class, but I prefer being out on my own all the same. I owe you and Mandalore one. Wrong place, wrong time. Captain Sulio and I were acquaintances. I just happened to be too close when she got dead. Real shame. She wasn't bad to look at, and she could drink. No, and at this point, I don't care. Just glad to be free. She's dead now. Not like finding whoever did it will bring her back. I deal with death all the time. We all end up like her eventually. We go way back. Way before he became Mandalore. In my experience, Mandalorians always know about the doctors around. For some strange reason, they keep getting into scrapes. You want to know more? Ask him yourself. Yeah, it was. Although it looked pretty much like this to begin with. Little dirt never killed anyone. Well, maybe a few people. But they didn't pay too well, so they got what they deserve. I give my customers a menu of options. If they go for the deluxe, I'll clean up the place and put on a new smock. Otherwise, they knew the risks. Patients, customers, idiotic hut spawn, call them what you like. Most doctors tell you that they get into the business to save lives. Most of them are flaming liars. At least I'll tell you the truth. I'm in it for the credits. Like what? Not many people can help you out with that. There have been several assassination attempts on Queen Talia. That place is locked tighter than a Hut's vault. I know a few people, though. Who do you need to get in touch with? Nobody knows for sure, but everybody thinks that General Vaklu has to have something to do with it. They're keeping the attempts quiet, but that place is locked down tight. A Jedi Master, you say? Now that is interesting. It's quite a bounty on Jedi these days. Not that I'm looking to collect, but if there's a master there, I think I know who it is. I'm not certain, otherwise I'd tell you. But the man I'm thinking about is smart, likes to stay in the shadows, and is cryptic as hell. If he isn't a Jedi Master, he should become one. There's a slight problem with that. I know you don't want to hear that since you went through all the effort of explaining me out. The thing is, scavengers have already looted most of my stuff. Most of it's garbage anyway, so I don't care too much. But I did have a couple of encrypted holodisks that they nabbed. So here's the punchline. I need those disks because they have some contact information on them. People I know you don't just walk up and chat with. There's a procedure. And that holodisk has the procedure. But Kel's gang pretty much owns this street. From what I hear, she's the one that cleaned me out. She's in the local cantina most days. She's tough as Drexel leather and more dangerous than an angry Wookiee. You take Mandalore with you, though, you should be just fine. Just get me the encrypted holodisk. After that, if there is a Jedi Master in the palace, I'll get you a meeting with him.